Guys, hello, I'm Daphne, this is Celeste. Do you remember that reference?
No.
Oh, stick you, your mama too.
Oh, I know that, yeah.
They sang it.
Oh, right, I wouldn't have known that.
Guys, hello, Chloe.
Ryan.
We're back with a little bit of a Q&A, aka get to know us, because I realised I didn't do one. I just went straight in with a come with us to Emmerdale video, and then I thought, well, not everyone just is going to know me off TikTok. Hopefully I have a whole brand new audience over there, so it'd be nice to get to know us. So I asked some people on my Instagram to send me in some questions, and they did. So we just thought
That's a lot of questions.
yeah, well, some of them are a bit silly. Some people just on the wind up. You know, like I've got someone here asking me for my sort of account number. You know, they're just taking the piss. But I've got quite a few good ones though,
Okay.
some really nice ones. So I will just start. We do have one that's come up a lot, which I thought would be a really good starting point.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this, but go on.
No, it's fine. So the first one is, how did you and Ryan meet?
Do you want me to take this one?
Just a little disclaimer though, we met in 2014. So 2024, we're coming up to 10 years. But yeah, you take it.
Nearly 10 years. Look at my hairline.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we actually met at your front door, didn't we?
Yeah,
And
literally.
as complete strangers.
Yeah.
So all you knew me as was your cousin's mate.
Yeah.
And yeah, my best friend is Chloe's cousin, and you hadn't met before either, had you?
No, so I had just moved back down south from Newcastle. I was living up there with a guy, who ended up being incredibly abusive. So I moved back, started again from scratch, just me and Miley. We had this little one-bed flat.
Two bed?
Oh, two-bed, of course it was.
Two-bed.
This little two-bed flat. I'm trying to make it worse, aren't I? It had asbestos in the ceiling. Poor me.
Yeah.
No, yeah, little two-bed flat. Massive it was. Huge garden. Stop it. Be serious now. So I had a little two-bed flat, and this guy contacted me. I knew him anyway. I just never met him, and he was just like, "Chloe, did you hear?" Because we always knew that his mum and my mum were really good friends, and they grew up together. Turns out they're more than that. They were sisters, which is insane. But they didn't know till much later. So he was like, "I'm actually your cousin." Really weird. I know you think I would have met him because his mum and my mum were such good friends, but we never did. And he was like, "Can I come round, meet you? I'm with my friend." I was like, "Yeah, of course you can." So he came over and brought his friend, and I was like,
Hello.
Swing! I was like, fit, but a massive nose, but that's cool.
Wow.
I'm inclusive. So what do you think of me? What was your first thoughts?
Yeah. All right.
Ryan, please, because that pisses me off. You do this all the time. Guys, new hair extensions. Ryan, what do you think? Yeah, all right. New nails. Yeah, all right. Oh, it just winds me
Can't
up.
go wrong with that, though, can you? You can't go wrong
say
with
something
it.
properly.
No, I thought you were really
bothered.
pretty. And the fact that the first time I met you, you went, "Do you want to put the football on?" I was like, I'm not to a winner here.
Yeah, we bonded over football, didn't we?
We did.
And then he asked my cousin for my phone number, and I was like, yeah, okay. But I was thinking it's a bit soon. I've just come out of a bad relationship, but it might just be nice to text someone for like a bit of fun, you know. So we got texting.
When does that start?
Cue the laughter sound. But it got serious really quick. Like, you come back over to you for some dinner.
Yeah. No.
You come back over the next day with my cousin again.
Yeah.
And we just had a couple of drinks, I think.
Yeah, and then no, we didn't have any drinks.
Oh.
And then we all arranged to go out for dinner on the Friday, but he bailed, and it just kind of left me and you. And
just us.
it just kind of went from there. I stayed that night and then never left.
Pretty much. Well, you went to Manchester to go see some family, and
I
literally
did, yeah.
after like 2 days in, because he was supposed to be there a week, he was like, "Oh, actually, I really miss you. I want to come back." I was like, "I miss you too." And then he come back, and that was it. He just moved in.
I did.
That is quick, isn't it?
Pretty much.
And then 3 months later, we were pregnant with Teddy.
2 months.
2 months. That's insane, isn't it? Right. Okay. Okay, this is not really a get to know us question. This is more of an advice question. But since we're talking about it, it's kind of on topic.
Yeah.
How long should you be with someone before introducing them to your kids in your experience?
Well, yeah, I think that's a good question. My view on it is get to know that person first.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, if you meet them a few times and then something doesn't seem right, probably not right to introduce them to your kids till you find out. We didn't meet with the intention of getting together.
Yeah,
so.
no, you met Miley straight away, but that was just because I was, my cousin was coming over,
Exactly,
to chat to, and he was just bringing his friend. I didn't know I was going to end up being a bitch. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, but I also think that you know when you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel like if you have been with somebody a couple of weeks, but you are head over heels in love, and you're like, I think this is it, then go for it. As long as you're sure in your heart, only you can know.
Added bit of advice to that though.
Yeah.
Find out when their birthday is, because I met Chloe about 4 days before her birthday, so I felt inclined to buy her a birthday present. Then she goes, "Oh, it's Miley's birthday the day before mine."
Yeah.
Of course, you feel inclined to, all right, I'll buy them a present as well. My bank account's going, I'm going, all right, yeah, okay.
You bought me a canvas quote print that was actually downstairs in the bathroom.
Until recently, and you said, let's bin it now.
Yeah, so it's been 9 years. Thank you. Next question. What did you do before social media? Well, this is me then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mostly a single mum on benefits, I suppose. Well, no, I went to college. Now I was working at Claire's Accessories, mother care. Then I got pregnant, and then I was on benefits for a few years. And then I worked back at where did I work? What was my first job with you?
Was it not Lidl? No, it was the stationery shop.
Oh, a little stationery shop that went bust.
Yeah.
And then I worked at Lidl.
I told you not to steal them pens.
And then I worked at Lidl for 2 years. And then after that, I worked at Tesco up here in Norfolk. And then after Tesco, I worked as a receptionist at a hotel.
Yeah.
So I've always done stuff. But my thing is, in all honesty, I've always found it so hard to hold down a job because I get such bad anxiety.
Yeah.
That I end up calling in sick. But is it so weird that you can't phone up a manager and just say, "Hi, I can't come in. I've had panic attacks all morning."
Yeah.
You'll just say, "I've got a bellyache" or something. Like we can't tell the truth yet. Can we?
No, it's because there's still that stigma around it that I don't think that everybody fully understands it. And I'll be honest with you, unless you experience it firsthand, either yourself or someone you're really close to, you don't get it. And I didn't. I kind of got it before I met you. You know, you'd see someone like not acting like themselves, but when I met you, it kind of opened my eyes, and I learned so much so quick when it did hit you hard.
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, social media's been amazing because I held down Lidl for 2 years, and that was my longest. And the thing is, I'm not work shy. Like my hotel job, for example, was probably 60 hours a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the rest.
It was ridiculous. The hours was so illegal. I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning. No, 5:15.
5:15 to be there for 6, but then if you're on the evening shift,
I wouldn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 1 in the morning.
And then we do it again.
And then, then you'd be on the morning shift the next day, so you've got to be back in there at 6, so it was...
Yeah, so I'm not work shy. I actually like to be busy. I love a routine. But because of anxiety, obviously, I'm sure people can relate. As soon as you start having those days off and they start building up, you start getting disciplinaries. Obviously, your managers aren't really impressed with you. It makes it really uncomfortable. It makes you worse. So, yeah... Thankfully, the worst thing I've ever hated in jobs is letting people down. I do hate it, and that makes you more anxious. So the fact that now I've been able to earn some money in the last few years from social media has helped so much. Because I don't let anyone down. When I'm having anxiety, it's okay because nobody's expecting me to go into a shop and be there till 5 o'clock. It's so flexible and freeing. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this now. It's helped so much, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's helped. But I also think it has built your confidence as well. I really do. I do think it's built your confidence. Yeah, you still get anxiety, but I don't think it comes in waves, but when it hits you now, I don't think it's as bad. And I think this has really helped.
Yeah. I really enjoyed my jobs. Hotel was quite hard, so... Yeah. I really liked it. If I was able to do it better, I would have loved it. But the hours were intense.
Yeah.
But Lidl and Tesco, I've always been really happy in a supermarket setting. I just think with supermarket settings, there's everyone. There's everyone from students to much older people who are about to retire. from like single mum, everyone. It's just, I love it. I did love that. So, next question. Oh, Ryan, you actually got the same question. What is it you do for a living?
Health and safety. I work in health and safety now, but I've done a few different jobs over the years. My first job, just 12 years in loads of different roles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I become a dairy engineer, which I do not recommend. You literally come home smelling a cow poo every day and rats running up your arm. And then to help pay for our wedding, I took on a second job at one point, didn't I? I was delivering food in the evenings.
Delivering takeaways, yeah.
Which, believe it or not, people say, why? It's not that. Some evenings were brilliant. That I remember that one particular shift, it was like 80 quid.
I was going to say, you'd always come home like a minimum of about 50 quid.
Yeah,
you,
and it was only like 3.5, 4 hours work. So, yeah, you used a bit of fuel, but no, it was pretty good.
But now I think your career is quite exciting because, like, you've just got more responsibility.
I've got more of a structure, which I like.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, when I'm meant to be doing it.
Yeah. You've got a decent pay rise.
I've got a very decent pay rise, jumping from one health and safety role to another. So, yeah, health and safety now. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
We've got quite a few that's come up for Teddy.
Okay.
Which is understandable. So if you're new here, you may not have seen, but over on TikTok and Instagram, I do lots of hauls and fashion with Teddy. Teddy is 8 years old. He loves makeup. He loves fashion. He loves wigs. He loves, I don't know.
He just loves what he loves.
Just loves, yeah. So we've got a couple of questions for him. So the first one is, does Teddy ever get misgendered? And if so, how do you or him deal with it? And how does it make him feel?
I don't think he ever gets asked that directly, does it? It's always, I think it's always on social media.
Yeah, it'd be social media, yeah.
But we, people ask and we just say to him, like, he's a boy. He's a boy who loves makeup, and we let him choose his own fashion, and he's happy. As long as he's happy, we're happy. So maybe misgendered online, or people ask the question, but never directly.
Yeah, I think what gets him questioning is because people at school are like, you must be trans, you're a girl. So then he gets questioning. But actually, when he's just at home and he's just been himself, he's quite happy to be a boy. He is a boy.
Yeah.
And we'll always call him a boy because that's what he is. But of course, if he was like 20 years old and said, "Mum, I identify as a woman," then, well, we would call him a woman if that's what he wants.
We'd have to respect that.
Yeah, but at the moment he's 8 and he's a boy, and it'll be silly. We're not really the parents to be like, are you a boy or a girl? Like, what do you feel like? Because it's just too much.
We wouldn't push it, especially at this age. Yeah, we wouldn't ever push him one way or the other. We let him.
No. He's only 8, and I don't think they can really grasp, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, on a big scale, like how big the question is of your gender,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair to put, exactly. It wouldn't be fair to put that on him because he doesn't really know how big that is.
No.
So we just treat him as a boy, which is exactly what he is, who just loves makeup and wigs, which of course there's so many boys and men out there that do it or love like drag or love fashion, designers, makeup, and they're not a woman, they don't want to be a woman, so it obviously it's just be that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just support, and he seems happy enough, doesn't he? We've got another Teddy question. I'll just zoom right in. How did Teddy tell you he wanted to wear girls' clothes and do makeup? No hate at all.
No hate taken. He, from a very young age, always put like one of his hoodies on and wore it as his head, and actually wear it. He just put it on his head,
and then tea towels
or a tea towel.
Yeah.
And whenever you were doing makeup, he'd come in and want to get involved, and he'd want to do hair, and it's just progressed from there. So.
This is not a surprise. This has been going on since day dot.
No.
Day dot. It's so fun. Like, when he was born, we bought him the Tottenham kit. Harry Kane retweeted that on Twitter. I tagged him in it when Teddy was like 2 weeks old. We got him Tottenham, Gillingham, everything, didn't we?
I've got him Patriot stuff.
All the usual stuff that you would buy for boys, trucks, cars, the lot. And somehow he just slipped into a completely different direction.
But as a toddler, I remember him dressing up in Miley's Frozen stuff. If she left a school dress on the floor, it was on Teddy.
Yeah, always.
We didn't have an option. It would be on Teddy.
Yeah.
So,
even silly little things like a school cardigan.
Yeah.
He'd want to wear a cardigan.
Yeah.
I've got so many pictures of Teddy, like 2 or 3, in her dress, Miley's dress, shoes, and everyone used to say, "Oh, my boy used to do this. He'd grow out of it. It's a stage." And we was like, "Yeah, probably he will. Yeah."
Yeah, we're still waiting for that to
Yeah,
pass. Though.
it's not.
But we're not waiting for it to pass because that's
No.
Teddy, and we love him exactly the way he is.
So the only thing that I can answer more recent is where you said, "How did Teddy tell you he wanted to wear girls' clothes?" That was probably about a year ago when we were in Matalan.
Yes.
And we were shopping, so he would have been 7. Yeah, just turned 8, 7 or 8.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And he was just like, "Mum, I don't like this top. I'm never wearing that top. I'm not wearing that t-shirt." And we were going around the boys section. It was like Fortnite t-shirts, Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirts, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then some slightly older ones, but we gave him lots of options, and
he was just like, "It's boring. I don't want to wear that. That's not fashion. It's boring."
And then you said, "Okay, do you want to have a look over here at the girl stuff?" And he said, his face just lit up as soon as Chloe said that. His face just lit up, and it was. You asked me the question, "Is this okay?" I said, "Look, what do you want me to say?" He's happy. Look at his face. I'm not going to take that happiness away and say, "No, you've got to wear your jeans and your hoodie and your Patriot stuff that I've brought you, or your Tottenham stuff."
Yeah.
Whatever. So he was happy.
Yeah, and we actually knew it was going to get to this point because on the run up to this shopping trip, his best friend, who's a girl that lives around the corner, who is the same age as him, started giving him his clothes. And he would just come, like, he'd go out to her house in jeans and a hoodie, and he'll come back in, like, a little pink top and leggings.
Yeah.
And we'd be like,
"What have you been doing?" He's like, "Gymnastics, I needed some clothes."
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
He'd be like, "Someone said I could keep them." And he was so happy about it, wasn't he? And then that would be it. He'd want to wear them clothes all the time. He'd be like, "Mum, have you washed those leggings? I want to wear those leggings."
Yeah.
So when we let him buy what we wanted in Matalan, it was lots of leggings, shorts, pink tops.
Yeah.
Anything with a bit of sparkle on it he loved.
Yeah. He did.
And it's just gone from there. And now, literally, if I go shopping and I like to go online, and it'd be like Shein, H&M, I'll just give him the phone and I'll just like pick some things. Let me know.
We give him options. We don't say like we don't just bring up the girl section. We pick out things, boys stuff as well. And there's a few things where he's gone, "Yeah, I'll wear that," like a few t-shirts or whatever. But it is mainly the girl stuff. And do you know what? We've had a few looks out and about in places, and I just stand there and we're proud of him, aren't we?
Yeah, because I think the biggest thing that people hate us for, or me for, or whatever, on social media is that people think that I dressed him like this, I'm doing it.
No.
And it's not. Like, even the other day we was in Morrison's and I saw some chinos. They were like beige and blue.
Yeah.
And I was like, "They'd be good on a holiday for the evenings." And we both looked at each other and we were like, "Will he wear chinos?" Like, we don't know. So we bought them and kept the receipt, didn't we?
Yeah.
And actually he put them on. He was like, "Thanks, Mum, I like them." So he's probably going to wear a crop top with it.
Whatever.
But
he's happy.
We actually managed to get him in something boyish, so, you know.
Yeah. He's happy.
It's not just girl stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We've got quite a deep question here. Get comfy.
Right.
Get comfy. We've got a deep one.
Yeah.
Okay, this one says, "What was your most frightening experience?" Do you want to go first? Like, I don't know if it's if they mean a joint one or individually.
Mine's joint.
Okay.
Mine's a joint one.
Go on then.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I can be open.
Yeah.
And honest.
Yeah.
The time that you wouldn't go into the doctors.
I read that question before we started filming, and I thought that's going to be the one I was going to say.
Yeah, the time Chloe was suffering really, really bad with anxiety, not even leaving the bedroom to even get her to go to the toilet and have a bath.
Yeah. Was
a real struggle. So managed to get her in the car one day, take her to the doctors. Brilliant. Got there, she wouldn't get out the car. I went in, I got a doctor to come out to the car, and he suggested to go to a secure unit, didn't he, for a period of time.
Yeah.
And this was because you wouldn't take any medication. So we said, okay.
I was just terrified of your own shadow.
Yeah. So we went home and I went to the shop and got Chloe everything that she could need: books, toiletries, new pajamas, slippers, anything she needed. I thought she might need. And then we got the call to say, "You're coming in tonight," and it was like, "Wow, this is fast." And it just felt like I knew you were going somewhere safe. I knew you were going to be okay.
Yeah.
But it was like my world was falling apart around me, because the person I looked to for support wasn't going to be there. I was going to have 2 children, which I'm more than capable of looking after the children, but I'd be on my own, not just for like the evening or the day. It was going to be a set amount of time.
Well, we didn't know.
No.
They said it could be months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I tried. I think I stayed as supportive as I could for you. I didn't cry or
But when we went in, it was more terrifying.
The drive there was horrendous, and then when we went in,
like, sadly, the NHS are so up against it. I think there was one nurse to about 8 patients.
Yeah.
And then I was told, we do have a therapist, but he only comes like every couple of months. Like, it'll be every couple of months until he can see you.
Yeah.
Like, he comes once a week, but he's already got a waiting list of all the patients there. There was like, probably like 8 weeks till he can get around to you. And I'm just thinking, so this is not really going to be a supportive place. This is a holding place that I don't hurt myself.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's very, very hospital, and like, I've got health anxiety. When they even talked about doing my blood pressure, I freaked.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like I couldn't escape. Once I'm in, as you guys know, security, they locked the doors. That was freaking me out.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be here. Please don't leave me.
Because it was still sort of COVID, was it not? Like,
no, just before COVID.
Was it just? It was just before. You're right. But there was a visitation restriction where I would only be allowed to go once a week.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think we're allowed to bring children either.
No.
So that well, as soon as I heard that, everything that's going through my mind, and I'm being blunt, I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this.
I think
I would have, but the thoughts run through your mind, and it just takes everything out of you, just wipes you completely.
I think the visiting issue was because of staffing and stuff.
Yeah,
Enough, but in the end, because I think the doctors just didn't want another patient to look after, they actually did agree, didn't they, that I could go home as long as I started taking fluoxetine.
And you did that night?
Yeah, and they said the crisis team would check in. Yep. Now, they haven't yet.
Still waiting.
But it's only been, 4 years?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. So we don't know. It could be any moment now.
Yeah. Hold on to that phone.
Yeah. But no, I agree. That was the worst time of my life. I was so ill. Because I've got health anxiety anyway. I've always had my blood sugars checked because both my parents are type 1 diabetics. And on this particular time is building up, but I just didn't feel well. I went to the doctors. I was like, I've got blurry vision. I feel really dizzy. And honestly, I thought I was like dying. It was like the symptoms were so strong. And no, just before I went to the doctors, I did a blood thingy on Mum's monitor, and it come back as 24. And if it goes over 30, you're supposed to go to A&E. And I was like, oh my God, I'm diabetic. So I went to the GP. They confirmed I've got type 2 diabetes. And I think what I was finding so hard, which completely freaked me out and pushed me over the edge, was that I was just being diagnosed with something that my mum was dying from. Not dying from diabetes, but dying from a complication from diabetes, which is obviously kidney failure.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out. I was watching my mum suffer, and I just thought, oh my God, this is going to be me. And it completely sent me over the edge. Like, I just wasn't leaving the house. Then, of course, Mum died, and that made it worse. Mum probably died, was it 3 months later?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just horrendous. In the first few weeks, it wasn't so bad because I think you go into like not like a shock, but you go into like being proactive because you're like, I've got things to do.
Yeah.
And I have to do these things. I've got to plan a funeral. But once that stopped and it was all over, that's when I probably got like even more ill, wasn't it? Like it was just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't describe. I couldn't leave the house. Couldn't even leave my bedroom. Would only go to the toilet and a bath. wouldn't brush my hair, like none of those things. I was so anxious, but not just like a little bit anxious, like constantly thinking I was going to die, like all the time. It was exhausting, constantly. I used to ring ambulances and then cancel them because I'd feel so fucking stupid. Because like I'd be saying to them, I'm dying, and they'd be like, are you bleeding? I'd be like, no. And they'd be like, why do you think you're dying? I'd be like, I just am.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just gonna have to come here and see it for yourself, but it's happening. But in my head, it was very real. And also, I don't think people quite appreciate, unless you've had it, the physical symptoms that come with anxiety. Like, I was having like full on dizziness, like, but to the point where I was like gonna pass out, like the room would spin, like my blood pressure would like go up to like off the charts, wouldn't it? And like palpitations. Oh, I don't know.
But I'm just going to say one thing to end that section is you don't know how you deal with it until you're in the situation. If you'd asked me long before this happened, how would I deal with it? I don't know. I would have said I probably wouldn't. But you do, and you take it. Sometimes you have to literally take it hour by hour.
And I just want to end on that by saying, like, I am still, and I think I always will be mentally unwell. I was mentally unwell before it got that bad. I've been in a unit when I was 17, and it's always been there in the background. And I am mentally ill now. I am struggling a little bit, but so if you don't ever see me at events, it's because like. It's a struggle. Like, I'm not one of them people that be like, oh, I've got anxiety, but they'll just go everywhere. Yeah. Like, I've got anxiety and I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go to Morrison's, son, let alone go down to London for an event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not because I'm like ungrateful or boring. I'm just mentally ill, innit? Do you know what I mean? How do the kids deal with people at school seeing them / you on social media? Is it tough? So no, I can actually answer this one.
Yeah.
So I've become a little bit particular about what I do in terms of influencing. So I had a Love Honey job. Was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year, yeah.
Last year. Filmed it. Posted it. Come off and cried. I was like... Yeah. I didn't like it for so many reasons. One... I'm not a prude by any stretch, but I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt really uncomfortable. It's not really what I would love.
It's not you.
No, it's not me. It's not me. And also, my daughter is in secondary school. Yeah. And I don't know, it wouldn't be, it's just not fair. Like, imagine me going to maths all them years ago and being like, oh, Chloe, I saw your mum playing with dildo on YouTube last night. Like, how mortifying is that? And, yeah. I had to. So that was the one thing I've done that I felt like they could be picked on about, and that was the last thing I'll ever do. Like I don't want to do it again. No. I just it's not fair on them. But I'm actually tell how popular I am at Marley's school.
Oh yeah, all the kids
love me.
The secondary school,
love me. So what was the theme for your wedding? Is the next question. So, the theme was
get you to America. Or get you on a plane.
Disney, no. The theme was gold and baby pink.
It was,
and there was no other theme, really. No. We got married in Florida. Look, I spoke across the road.
I know, I'm leaning.
We got married in Florida, and the reason was we phoned up one mediocre venue near us. And
we used to live.
Yeah, and they come back and there was like, oh, it's going to be between £6,000 and £8,000, depending on what you want. And
that was just a hire. For anything extra... tables, chairs, like to be decorated, was extra. Area for drinks, extra. So in total, we were totaling all this up, and it was like we're going to spend anywhere between 12, maybe 15,000 on a venue. That's before we've done anything else. And then you come up with a crazy idea.
Well, I love making memories. I think it's part of mental health as well. I think you so appreciate more than... I don't know, you just appreciate memories more.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But basically, I didn't want to spend like £8,000 on one day, and I thought we could get something really incredible out of this. So I just thought, if we're going to save between £8,000 and £10,000, what else can you do with that money that's so good? And I just thought, what about Disney? Go to Florida.
Yeah.
Give the kids a really cool experience. Have a huge, like, it was actually 2.5 weeks, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
A long 2.5 week holiday where we do all the parks, get them really involved, have so much fun, have a bit of a wedding and a family moon in one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it worked out so well, because when we started ringing venues up around there, I mean, we got married at a 5-star hotel on Daytona Beach in Florida, and it was $500.
Yeah, and we was like, that's for everything, and we must have confirmed that about 3 times with them.
Yeah.
This is this, and this, and they was like, yeah, that's everything. That's everything for $500, and we were like, that's like, just, at the time that was like 400 quid, and it was like,
it was dinners that were extra.
Yeah, dinner was extra, yeah, but I mean, like the ceremony with all decorated, the reception all decorated, all included in $500, and it was like
DJ, wow. Photographer, my dress, hotel rooms for the night, then a villa for 2.5 weeks, and Disney tickets, like all of that coming less than what we would have spent.
Yeah, and we got a 2.5 week holiday out of it.
Yeah, it was
beautiful. It really was.
Best time.
It was.
Okay, more questions. Did you go to college? What did you study? I've been to college a couple of times. First time left because of anxiety. Second time left because mum died. And what haven't I studied? I tried to do a bit of psychology. That doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Tried to do that open uni thing. Which was, I had to like history, RE. Do you remember about business at college to get into uni?
Yes. Yeah.
I studied it all, but
yeah.
I'm not very good at seeing things through. One question that we got, and I can't find it, but it said, is Miley your daughter?
No. Biologically, but yes, in every other sense of the word. I've been here 10 years. She's 13. I've been here 10 years. Yes, she's my daughter.
To sum up, I think you met Miley when she was like 3, didn't you? A few days before she was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a natural progression, actually, like you being dad. I think because we had Teddy, and so, you know, obviously Teddy would call you dad and would refer to you as dad with Teddy. Sort of Miley just sort of...
Well, it was before Teddy was born she started doing that.
Yeah.
Because she said, will Teddy call you dad? Yeah, of course, yeah. Okay. And that was kind of the end of the conversation. Then she just started bringing it in, and we didn't make a big fuss of it. I was happy for her to call me that.
Yeah.
We'd had the conversation.
Yeah.
And it just kind of happened one day, and it's never gone back to Ryan, has it? It's just dad.
Well, Teddy sort of joined us all up, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And, you know, Miley's biological dad wasn't around. They met up twice last year when Miley reached out to him and asked if he'd like to meet.
Yeah.
And he did, but that stopped now. So... Yeah. I'm surprised it even went that far, but...
Well...
But it's alright, because she's got you. And you know what? She said to me, bless her, she was like, I'm not that sad because I never had him. So it's not like... She was trying to explain, you know. She's like, it's not like I feel like there's a big void. She's always had me and you and Teddy, so...
Yeah. Which is nice.
So I hope I feel like that's actually quite a good Q&A. I
think it is. And we've gone into... depth on a few subjects that kind of sum us up, really.
I think so. Basically, we're anxious. We have kids. We love them. We've been together 10 years.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But yeah, we might do a part 2 down the line at some point, maybe in a few more months.
Send us some more questions.
Actually, like an Insta thing.
Yeah. Jump on Chloe's Instagram, send some questions, and we'll answer them. And look out for my pod.
Yeah, so the next videos that you guys are all going to be seeing are us in Italy. I'm trying to do a vlog a day. It might take me till I get back from Italy to start editing it and posting it. But I'm so excited because this will be like my first travel content, like proper.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for that.
It's going to be very cool.
Yeah. So thank you so much for the Q&As. I hope this has really helped you get to know us. Stick around, subscribe, like, comment.
Share, follow.
Follow. Do what you like. Just go to town, Hans.
If you didn't enjoy it, don't watch again.
But we'll see you soon with another video when we are in Italia.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Bye.